One Zambia, one nation, welcome to the news. To present, my name is Henry Himonde. A look at the top stories in our news. President Hakainde Hichilema expected in Scotland. St. Dominic Mission Hospital surgical ward commissioned. Luwingu Sombo Chaba Road Stored Works Worry Parliamentary Committee. Plus, Luena Buffaloes Football Club crowned Western Province Division 1 champions. The news in detail. President Hakainde Hichilema is tomorrow expected in Scotland. President Hichilema is scheduled to hold a bilateral meeting with the First Minister of Scotland, Hamza Yusuf. The bilateral talks will center on strengthening the existing ties and enhancing development for the two countries. While in Scotland, the President will give a keynote address at Edinburgh's prestigious Palmer House, once the home of the father of modern economics, Adam Smith, to share his experience in driving sustainable economic development in Zambia and the region. On the same day, the President is expected to fly to Paris, the capital of France, after concluding his engagements in Scotland. While in France, President Hichilema is scheduled to hold high-level bilateral talks with his counterpart, Emmanuel Macron. And now to the Copperbelt province, where residents of Bwanamkubwa constituency in Ndola have experienced happiness with the implementation of the Constituency Development Fund in the area. The fund has seen the construction of Mwenye Police Post, a classroom block at Mushili Primary School, and the purchase of a grader. Here are the details.
The construction of Mwenye Police Post, a classroom block at Mushiri Bonana Primary School, and the purchase of a grader using the Constituent Development Funds in Ndola have cheered the residents of Bwanamkubwa constituency, who are now witnessing the fruits of the money to address their social needs.
There are a lot of thieves here breaking people's doors, and we thank government for the good works. We are happy because previously we had no classrooms for learners, and we are thankful for this 1x3 classroom block, and they are working according to their promises.
Ndola City Mayor is happy that the people's security needs will be assured. We have constructed this police post so that you can have peace, and we shall also install security cameras, and anyone trying to vandalize it shall be captured. Bwanamkubwa Member of Parliament assured the people that government has raised money to work on other social needs. Through President Hakainde Hichilema, we have been given money to construct a bridge . And the permanent secretary for all government assured that money for the Chichere Bridge has been released. Ndola DC Commissioner explains the use of the Constituent Development Funds. For these projects, the money is not coming from our pockets, nor the Member of Parliament, the Mayor, or the councillors, but it is your money. The classroom block has been equipped with new desks to help learners to have a better learning environment, and this grader will help in having good roads. Tovini Ngombe, ZANIS, Ndola.
And now to Muchinga province, where the construction of the first ever library in Nakonde constituency at a cost of over 1 million kwacha is progressing well. Nakonde Member of Parliament Luka Simumba, who inspected the project in the company of Council Chairperson Nathan Siame, is elated with progress on the construction works and projects being undertaken under CDF. Titani Zulu accompanied the team and now reports.
Projects being implemented using the Constituency Development Fund, CDF, are currently progressing well in Nakonde district. The projects that include the construction of classroom blocks, a police post, staff houses, a library, and the sinking of boreholes are at different stages of implementation. Nakonde Member of Parliament Lucas Simumba and the Council Chairperson Nathan Siame have inspected the projects.
Nakonde Library, yes. First ever. Yeah, I'm very impressed with the contractor. As you can see, he's on the site and the work is progressing well. Want to facilitate and make sure that immediately when this project is completed, the health workers should be here so that they give service to the people of Ibrahim. We have a 1x5 classroom block. This will enable a lot of students, a lot of pupils. As you know that the policy of free education has attracted a lot of pupils. So this one, I'm sure it will decongest the pupils that we have here. Immediately after this, we will engage the authority there so that we can have police here. Just nearby is a border between Zambia and Tanzania. There are a lot of criminalities here.
Meanwhile, the Chinda Ward Councillor outlined some of the challenges pupils in the area are facing.
The challenge that can be here is the movement of school children, because some they are coming beyond the river, then some they are coming through the bad roads, whereby the roads lanes the children to reach the school, including the water. Here we don't have water, we don't have clean water.
Titani Zulu reporting for ZANIS in Nakonde district.
In the health sector, Copperbelt Province Minister Elisha Matambo has commissioned a surgical ward and a digital X-ray machine at St. Dominic Mission Hospital in Ndola. Here is Nelly Bota with the rest of the story.
Established in 1993 by the Dominican Sisters of the Catholic Church, St. Dominic's Mission Hospital has been offering quality healthcare services to over 17,000 people. To improve its service delivery, the hospital management, with assistance from various stakeholders, has expanded its infrastructure and equipment by constructing a surgical ward and commissioning a new digital X-ray machine.
In the spirit of service, it is with great joy that we come together today to commission the digital X-ray machine and the surgical ward. Very important equipment and facility in the provision of health care to the people we serve. These two projects, guest of honor, have been financed by our faithful overseas donors who are ever ready to support our mission to the people of God in Zambia, despite the current difficulty to raise donations for Africa.
Copperbelt Province Minister Elisha Matambo officiated at the event.
I would like to assure the committed management and hardworking members of staff that more specialized and general staff will be allocated to this facility to cushion the deficit. I'm confident that this will greatly improve the quality of service offered.
The commissioning of the surgical ward has cheered the residents and the civic leaders.
I'm confident that the surgical ward and the digital X-ray machine will improve the quality of service in the immediate future and in the years to come. I can only urge the members of staff and the community to jealously guard this property because we are stakeholders and we need to do so.
A Thanksgiving Mass was held to bless the new infrastructure and equipment. Nelly Botta reporting for ZANIS in Ndola.
Now, the departments of fisheries in Nsama and Mpulungu districts have continued to undertake community sensitizations ahead of the forthcoming annual fish ban on Lake Tanganyika, which starts next week. The Ministry of Fisheries in Zambia, working with other countries sharing Lake Tanganyika, have since met fishermen in Mpulungu to educate them on the benefits of the 3 months fish ban. We have more in this report by Christine Muselu.
The Ministry of Fisheries in Mpulungu and Nsama districts, working with other countries sharing the Lake Tanganyika, has continued to sensitize the public on the forthcoming fish ban.
No one is supposed to be found with fish. So during the closure, that is from 15th of May up to 15th of August, we don't expect anyone to fish. We'll be conducting patrols on the lake to ensure that the closure is fully implemented.
Each country is obliged to observe and respect the standard that were set in that convention. How that fish may be again much in the lake.
Government wants sensitization programs to continue.
Let's take ownership of this lake to ensure that we sustain resources which are there in the lake. It's true that we share the common lake between Nsama and Mpulungu. It is my humble request that we also go and meet the people of Nsama in the same way we have met the people of this area, meaning Mpulungu district.
The fishermen in Mpulungu has assured government of their compliance during the ban.
What we should just realize is that as in Mpulungu, the fishing is more like our only investment, and therefore we have to take care of it by all means possible.
Tukafuma tukingira umuyanji ina makufuri izi yateka kutaila lingi twailo lile na ile Tanzania ya asosile sana ya muyaka zijeni via nomba nezi ya kwa tukuyula Tanzania twakalangani via na ngula yakalangi via pa mtengu ukuru panezi ya kwa.
Christine Muselu reporting for ZANIS in Mpulungu.
The Parliamentary Committee on Government Assurances says new projects should not be undertaken when there are no resources to avoid stored and incomplete works. Committee chairperson, who is also Mfumbwe Member of Parliament, Eliot Kamondo, said this when the committee inspected stored works on the Luwingu Nsombo Chava Road. Ntazanga Mumba has more in this report.
It is a 120-kilometer stretch connecting Chilubi mainland to Lupososhi and Luwingu district and the rest of northern province. However, part of the Luwingu Nsombo Chaba Road remains incomplete despite its commissioning in 2018. A team from the Parliamentary Committee on Government Assurances was in the province and visited the site. Committee chairperson Eliot Kamondo was on hand to share his thoughts.
We can say that 60% or maybe 70% somewhere there of the works has been done, which for us actually is a job well done. However, we still sympathize with the people here. It would have been better if the whole assurance was actualized. We want to say that government indeed and the executive should only commit themselves when they see that they have enough resources.
Luwingu District Commissioner and the community in the area highlighted the significance of the road.
This road connects the 3 districts, which is Luwingu, Lupososhi, and Chilubi. For those people from Chab, when they are transporting their goods and other commodities to the Copper Belt, they use the same road.
Meanwhile, Road Development Agency Regional Manager Benny Kashimoto explained what the agency is doing to help the situation.
We've started talking with the councils, together with the honorable MPs from Pososhi, Chilubi and Luwingu. We can provide the resources in terms of fuels and wages for the personnel. So that we try to carry out some routine maintenance.
For ZANIS in Luwingu district.
Now, Chieftainess Lesa of the Lamba people has urged workers in the chiefdom to utilize the 20% National Pension Scheme Authority NAPSA partial withdrawal resources prudently. The traditional leader says beneficiaries of the funds should also venture into agricultural activities so that they become self-sustaining. Chieftainess Lesa was speaking during the Mpongwe District Agricultural Show. Chieftainess Lesa said government has created a favorable environment for all citizens to thrive, as can be witnessed from policies such as free education and the 20% NAPSA partial benefits withdrawal. Speaking at the same event, District Commissioner Baton Mukomba said Mpongwe will continue to uphold its status of being the bread basket of the Copper Belt. We continue with the news. Central Province Minister Credo Nanjua has urged farmers to work hard and attain household food security. Speaking through Provincial Deputy Permanent Secretary Godfrey Chitambala at a Farmers' Field Day, Mr. Nanjua urged farmers to use agriculture to improve their living conditions as well as create employment. Here is a report.
Unlike the obvious, this Farmers' Field Day is unique and the first of its kind. It was hosted by Chief Kanyesha of the Swaka people of Rwano district, with support from Lusemfo Hydropower Company Limited. Speaking during the occasion, Chief Kanyesha warned his subjects that have encroached on Lusemfo Hydro Company Limited of banishment.
You are given the money to leave the land, but you don't want to leave. Why are we behaving like that?
And two,
secondly, I went to Lusemfo Hydro first. The CEO gave me a letter which came from the minister. When I read that letter, it was stating that Chief Lusemfo has gone into their vehicles or into their land. There's nothing like that. Can you stop telling lies? Vehicles do not shift.
Alpha Mali and Lance Elegant is Lusemfo Hydropower Company Limited Chief Executive Officer and board chairperson respectively.
Being here is not a substitute of visit by the government, but an undertaking that is meant to complement what the government is doing. We can boast guest of honor that our model of farmer support is very effective and can be replicated across the country. We have system guest of honor that makes sure that a person without a field cannot access this support. This support makes sure that a person must have a field, then they can access our support.
The company has been supporting the 5 chiefdoms with seed and fertilizer for more than 20 years. And this function is a follow-up of that launch. His Royal Highness Chief Kanyesha invited the directors to come and see the result. And the shareholders of LHBC are extremely happy to see that the support given is helping people progress to greater heights.
Meanwhile, Central Province Deputy Permanent Secretary Godfrey Chitambala urged for more private sector participation in development.
The new Dawn administration would like to encourage more private sector participation in the development. The new Dawn administration will continue with this business-friendly policies to encourage more businesses to supplement government efforts. This will ensure that people's lives will improve.
ZANIS reports in Rwano District, Central Province.
Still on agriculture, a traditional leader in Mumbwa district has called on government to consider piloting a mechanization loan scheme program for small-scale farmers to help boost crop production and food security in the country. Senior head woman Kasondela says empowering small-scale farmers with small tractors will be helpful as most people do not own oxen. Kruger Siankulu now reports.
Scores of small-scale farmers in Shimbiji area of Mumbwa district turned up for a mechanization field day organized by Salo Agro to learn and share ideas on smart agricultural techniques. The development has excited senior head woman Kasondela, who also made an appeal to the government.
I am therefore requesting the government to give us the small-scale farmers loans of the working tractors so that we can cultivate and harvest our crops on time.
Francis Monga is Mumbwa District Agricultural Engineer. He commends the equipment to small-scale farmers.
They help our farmers to do their land preparations on time, plant their seeds on time, and also harvest their crops on time. The same farm equipment, they also help our farmers to reduce on post-harvest handling.
Meanwhile, Salo Agro Regional Coordinator Aiba Kilungu highlights the two-wheel tractor's capabilities.
It can harness a boom sprayer, it can harness a reaper, it can harness a plow, it can harness a rotavator, it can harness a maize harvester, and also it can harness a soybean harvester. Meaning, when people will go this way, we have enough food in the country, and every household will never lack in terms of food.
Mechanization equipment helps farmers to plant early and also to harvest on time. Kruger Siankulu, ZANIS, Mumbwa.
A female teacher who was brutally murdered by her husband in Sinazongwe district in Southern Province has been put to rest. The burial of Kristeta Halongo attracted thousands of people who included the district commissioner and other government officials. Speaking during the burial, Sinazongwe District Commissioner Nchimunya Siakole says the death of Miss Halongo was a big loss not only to the district but to the country at large. And Sinazongwe District Education Board Secretary Victor Moyo says the teaching fraternity in the area has been robbed of a hard-working teacher. Mr. Moyo says the deceased was a qualified and reliable teacher and circumstances under which she died were very unfortunate. Kristeta Halongo 40 was murdered at her home in Mwananjoke village on 3rd May 2023 around 19 hours by her husband Kanyemba Chikanya 45, who is currently in police custody. It is alleged that Ms. Halongo was stabbed using a knife on the right side of the chest and later died due to excessive bleeding. In Lusaka Province, Provincial Minister Sheo Muliata has called for the promotion of various sports disciplines in communities. Muliata says sports is an important unifying factor in maintaining social cohesion and youth development. She said this when she officiated at the voluntary medical male circumcision soccer gala in Lufunsa district. Here is a report.
Lusaka Province Minister Sheo Muliata says sports have been an important unifying factor in maintaining social cohesion, youth development and peace in the country. Muriata said this in Rufunsa when she officiated at the Voluntary Medical Male Circumcision VMMC Soccer Gala held at Chinyunyu Secondary School grounds under the theme Enhancing VMMC Uptake Through Sports in the District.
Sports have been an important unifying factor in maintaining social cohesion, youth development and peace in our respective districts.
And Muriata says government decided to hold a soccer gala so as to sensitize and educate the public on the benefits of VMMC.
This event is an opportunity for the people of Rufunsa to know more about voluntary medical male circumcision and also have access to the health services at our doorstep.
Meanwhile, Rufunsa District Health Director Kakonde Kampamba revealed that the number of people accessing VMMC services has increased by 20% since the start of the soccer gala on May 2nd.
Previously, we were at quite low uptake. I think this is mainly due to the challenges of traditional myths and other challenges that we face. But with this initiative that we've embarked on, we've seen quite a drastic change. The numbers are increasing. Just of last week, we recorded about 160 male who were circumcised. That is a very good number.
Mambwe football team emerged as winners of the soccer gala and walked away with a cash prize, trophy and a soccer ball, while Chinyunyu Wanted came second after being beaten 1-0 in a football match dubbed Chinyunyu Local Derby. Jonathan Kafozani Sports in Rufunsa.
And finally, football is among the various sports activities that brings people together. Over the weekend, Senanga's Kaunda Square ground was a hive of activity as Luena Buffaloes Football Club were crowned Division 1 champions of the Football Association of Zambia, Western Province, after beating Senanga Rangers Football Club. Darlington Kawamba covered the event.
Luena Buffaloes Football Club has been crowned champions of the 2022-2023 First Division 1 for Western Province after beating the host of the final match, Senanga Rangers Football Club, with a 0-0. After a 90 minutes play of tough competition between the two local football giants of the season, the wounded Luena Buffaloes carried the day.
On the behalf of Luena Barracks, Battalion Commander, I would like to thank the command, the officers, the team, and everyone who supported us during 2022-2023 season. We are very excited for winning, and we encourage the team to continue working hard. We can assure you that when we go for National League playoffs, we will not disappoint you.
David Simwinga is Western Province Football Association of Zambia chairperson, and his vice, Mlonda Mkubonda, shared their views.
Opportunity that we have here, where we are witnessing the winners of Division 1. This is Western Province Football Association of Zambia. We have to congratulate the Luena Buffaloes, the sponsor, to highly sponsor them, that they've managed to play all the leagues and they managed to win the league. We really appreciate every team that has participated.
Our 2022-2023 soccer season has seen tremendous improvement in that we have seen a number of walkovers. In the previous years, most of the teams were failing to travel from one place to the other. But this time around, even though we have casualties, the number of unplayed games have been reduced. Most of the teams have been able to travel from one place to the other. In terms of the successes, we've scored in that we have 3, 4, 5 players that have gone to the national team. We also have players that have gone to higher clubs, higher league, like the National League and the Premier League teams, Zanaco, Napsa Stars, and many other clubs have gotten players from here, from Western Province.
However, the sport is still facing sponsorship challenges in the province.
I would love to appeal to business houses in the provinces to to get interest in sponsoring football in our province. You see, we'll continue maybe worrying why we don't have a lot of numbers representing from the Western Province region. The problem that is there is our teams really are not being sponsored, and charity begins at home.
Meanwhile, Senanga Rangers Football Club coach Jackie Wamundila said his team played well despite the loss.
According to the way we played the game, we came in the game as underdogs. But good to see at least we played football, we managed to control the game despite that our opponent, they were the better size.
Darlington Kamambe reporting for ZANIS News in Senanga District, Western Province.
As we come to the end of the news, let's take another look at the top stories in our news. President Hakainde Hichilema expected in Scotland. St. Dominic Mission Hospital Surgical Ward commissioned. Luwingu Nsombo Chaba Road Stored Works Worry Parliamentary Committee. And Luena Buffaloes Football Club crowned Western Province Division 1 champions. Thank you so much for watching. On behalf of the entire news production crew, my name is Henry Himonde. Remember to join us tomorrow again at the same time for another edition. For now, it's goodbye.